Good morning, guys, and welcome to another episode of Costa Rica Real Estate and Investments with me, your host, Richard Bexon. Today's episode is episode 52 with Alejandro Amador, top broker for Remax, Ocean Surf and Sun in Tamarindo. Or actually, I think it's Ocean Sun and Surf in Tamarindo. But I'm sure that a lot of people listening to the podcast at the moment were wishing that they were actually having a bit of sun and surf here as the winter sets in. Recently got back from a trip in Europe. Was very interesting. Bumped into actually a listener of the podcast, if you can believe it, called me while I was in Sweden, and he was actually just up the road in Sweden. So very, very small world. But anyway, let's get on with this. I've known Alejandro for a while. We constantly bump into each other as I'm always in the Playa Avellanas, Hacienda Pinilla, Tamarindo area. If you guys remember, Playa Avellanas is one of these kind of growth areas of Costa Rica. It just got municipal water, so it's kind of being bought online. I think there's a huge future there, everything from Negro to Avellanas. Property is still affordable. The beaches are amazing. The surfing is spectacular. There are some good restaurants there as well. So I think it's going to be a great podcast today, getting a bit more information about the area and also kind of what's going on and where Alejandro sees kind of the gap in the investment and real estate market here in Costa Rica. Guys, I'm going to start to make a big push here for reviews, if you don't mind me asking. If anyone's listening here on Apple Podcasts, they do have a review function there. I'd appreciate it. If you went in and gave us 5 stars, of course, if you like this and kind of get the word out there. A lot of people ask me kind of why I do these things. Well, number one, it's very difficult to get information and up-to-date relevant information on Costa Rica. Number two, it's great for me to personally build my network, but also for you guys to also kind of grow your network as well. And also I'm learning something new instead of reading books and reading I suppose articles. I'm doing podcasts. I'm trying to learn as much as I possibly can from as many people as I can. But anyway, if there's any questions that you have for Alejandro or any future guests, feel free to contact us. Or if there's any podcasts that you'd like to see, you can email us at info@investingcostarica.com. That's info@investingcostarica.com. Also, that website should be finished in the next couple of coming weeks. So we'll be releasing that, which is going to have a bunch of information on investing in Costa Rica, everything from real estate to bonds to funds, and a bunch of free guides, and of course these podcasts on it. So anyway, let's get straight into it. Good morning, Alejandro. How are you?
Hi, Richard. How are you?
Very, very good. Thanks very much for coming on the podcast, Alejandro. It's nice to have you on it. And also, I know that we constantly bump into each other in Playa Avellanas. It's where you live, correct?
Well, not really. I have rental properties there. I have lots that I want to build on in the near future. But I actually live closer to Tamarindo. Okay. But the plan is to move over to Avellanas in the next year.
Nice. Well, I mean, it's an area that I've spoken a lot about on the podcast. Avellanas and Grande and Negra as kind of areas that will begin to develop. I think we're starting to see that. It's been a crazy year. I'm sure this high season, as we start to go in it, is not going to be much different. But I mean, what's really surprised you, Alejandro, in the last 6 months? And also, what trends are you seeing?
What has surprised me? Well, it's been really surprising and also honoring to see people wanting to move to our areas, to put the kids into our schools, to actually change their lifestyle to what we've been doing all these years.
Yeah.
That has surprised me a lot. And also it's been quite interesting because, people that have been here before, they kind of know the area. Now we get caught in the lockdowns all of a sudden, and then they start thinking about the areas they love, whether it's in Avellanas or anywhere in the world, and they were able to make offers without being present here, with videos, drone shots, and our help. And the outcome of that has been really, really nice. To be honest, I haven't had a buyer with not a pleasant surprise of their properties. So I've just been loving it lately.
That's awesome. So, I mean, we constantly bump into each other in Avellanas. I mean, I love the area. I think it's, it's exploding. It's going to continue to develop. It's going to head south just because, again, Tamarindo to the north, there's not much apart from Grande that's not really developed. Tamarindo is, somewhat. Then you hit Hacienda Pinilla, and, that's already, that's a development itself. But I mean, for people that are listening here, what is Avellanas like? What's the community like? What's there to do? What are the people like? I mean, just kind of describe it a little bit.
Okay. Well, I came to Avellanas in 2001, and believe it or not, it hasn't changed that much. It is changing, but not that much. The community is very tight. Everyone knows each other. We all gather at the beach one way or another for different reasons, for surfing, for sunset, for Sunday birthday parties at Lola's, stuff like that. What has changed? Well, Avellanas didn't have water infrastructure. We've talked about it before, Richard. And a year ago, the Paraíso Water Association granted us a limited amount of connections, right? So not every single lot, not every single area of Avellanas was granted with water. And after a lot of meetings and emails and a lot of work, the goal was achieved. And now we are part of a sophisticated aqueduct, and it's reliable. It's great. And people like Avellanas for many reasons. Well, it's a short drive from Tamarindo, where you do all the major groceries, banking, even nightlife, if you will. Also, something that a lot of people like about Avellanas is that the mangrove has a huge section on the beachfront, so nothing can be built there. The view from the beach inland will never change; it'll stay like that forever. As we know, also the mangrove filters and cleans the ocean's water. So that's why Avellanas is so pristine. The water is beautiful all the time. It's not polluted. And surfing is a main draw for the area. There are spots for all kinds of surfers. If you're a family that are moving down and want to get the kids into surfing, and or the parents as well. Well, there's always waves for everyone here, and it's a diverse community with residents of all ages. Now we're seeing a lot of digital nomads in their 20s, almost 30s, families raising children, retirees, and everything in between, right? So that's a little bit of Avellanas. And also the cuisine. Right now we have great restaurants like Soulshine. The owners are from Israel, and they brought amazing recipes. Everyone is loving it. They have amazing brunches. It's really different. We've got a pizzeria. We've got well, of course, Lola's that you can miss it when you're here. And right now also there's a food court and community center opening close to Lola's, on a beautiful property. So we'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, you and me both, Alejandro. I mean, again, if I had to, live at a beach in Costa Rica, Avellanas would certainly be up there on my list, just because, again, I think it's a great family environment as well. It's a great community. It's kind of a developing up and coming beach town, and everybody knows everyone. I think the word there is a community. Let's talk about your listings that you have in that area, or just listings that you have at the moment. Which ones would you personally buy and why, Alejandro?
Well, right now I have some different properties. For example, I have a development property close to Lola's. It's 5.6 acres for 1.3 million. The property is ideal for a group of friends, for a hotel development, for a small housing development. It's just an amazing property like no other in Avellanas. That's one of the main listings I have. And also, I am representing the sellers, the developers at the Enclave right now. It's a 51 houses project, and we are already underway with construction of the first 9 houses. The first phase is going to be delivered by June 2022. Right now, we have a lot of properties under contract in this development, and in the first phase, we got, for example, 4 3-bedroom homes at $375,000. So that's, yeah, that's those are the main listings that I have right now. And also, there are houses under construction right now. Not many, because remember, Avellanas, it's quite small and exclusive. I've got 2 houses coming up. One of them, it's about to be finished in December, and the other one by probably March next year, 2022. So that will be interesting.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I constantly, I'm constantly traveling in this country, and I work more in the travel and investment side of it, like more the tourism investment side. And hoteliers, especially in the Arenal and southern areas, around Santa Teresa and also South Mount Antonio, Vito Dominicao, are always asking me where to invest in the north. So that, I always say to them, look, I think you should be looking at Grande Avellanas Negra. I think that's really where you can still get that real feel for Costa Rica. It's great bang for your buck still. And you're close enough to everything. I mean, you're what, an hour and 20 minutes from the Liberia airport?
Yep. Yeah. It's an hour and 20 minutes.
So that's great. Well, people are always contacting me, Alejandro, to invest, in Costa Rica. And, they're like, look, I've got to do it. I've got to invest now. Do you think people should be in a rush to kind of dive into investing or buying in Costa Rica?
Well, in a rush, let's not say a rush. Let's say people have to act quicker right now. I won't recommend to do anything in a rush, but if you really like a property, make an offer, put money in escrow, and do a proper due diligence, right? The funds are secured during the due diligence process period, and yeah, have in mind that when you're looking at a property, another family can also be looking at it, or even more. So we're not seeing many wars on offers and people offering over asking price, but we are seeing people or sellers being more tight on the offers they accept. And yeah, properties are going really fast. I've seen properties go faster month to month in the past 18 months than ever before. So if you really like a property, just make an offer, do diligence, and then decide if you wanna close on it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, I mean, a lot of people, again, they contact me looking for investments in Costa Rica. I mean, and I'm always like, look, try and find the gaps. I mean, where do you think the gap is at the moment for steady returns? Or maybe it's not a gap, but also to ride potentially appreciation, returns and appreciation. Where do you think that is in Costa Rica at the moment?
Well, right now in the new inventory, right now there are properties in pre-construction, so you can make a profit in the resale of that if you resell 2-3 years from now, and then get a rental property, because long-term rentals are just crazy right now, and there's a lot of demand for them. Yeah,
I agree. I mean, I've constantly said that the long-term rental market is a underserved market here in Costa Rica. There's just not that many long-term rentals, right?
No, not at all. I mean, it's a problem right now. We are seeing families that, that it may sound really bad, but they can get homeless in the upcoming months because high season is coming. Their properties are being bought. I mean, renters. The properties they're renting, they are being bought, um, and they could have a really hard time finding a new rental. So I recommend to buy for that reason.
Where do you think, I mean, if we had a time machine and were to travel to Playa Avellanas and the surrounding areas in 5 years, what do you think it looks like? What do you think is different, Alejandro?
Well, we will see the current developments finished right now. We will see more restaurants. We will see probably 2, 3 more hotels. We'll see some shops. The thing is that most of the developments of the projects, and these are not many, there are gonna be 3, 4 more projects, and that will be it.
Yep.
In the next probably, I don't know, 5, 7 years. But all of these are happening away from the main access points or the main access ways, where everyone that goes to the beach drives, right? So we will see the parking lot working better because there are a couple of areas designated for parking in the regulatory plan. So hopefully we will see those working. And yeah, I mean, probably we will see a school in Avellanas as well, a primary and secondary school. And I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, every time I drive down, if I drive down, if I've come from, Pinilla, I'm heading down towards the beach. I can drive straight into the parking lot. The Lolas is on the right. On the left, there's another restaurant. Just behind that, there's like that left turn which takes you parallel to the beach. There's a whole corner there where I don't know why. I always see kind of like a beach town being built there. I mean, I don't know why. I always see it.
By the regulatory plan, that's a parking space. It's an area designated for parking.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I always
it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, there's just, again, I mean, I think for anyone that's looking to move to kind of like a cool up and coming beach town, I mean, Avellanas really is the place. It just reminds me of what, I mean, Tamarindo used to be like 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So yeah, but Alejandro, if you inherited $500,000, okay, you inherited it, but you had to invest it into a business or real estate in Costa Rica, what would you do with it and why?
Okay, well,
this is you personally. If you had $500,000, what would you do with it and why?
Me personally, well, with that budget, I will see. Depends on on my current situation, if I needed the income at the moment or not. But I could go a couple of ways. I can buy $400,000-500,000 lots in Avellanas, sit on them, probably down the road, build on one and sell the property, sell the bed and breakfast or the house, whatever I build, and then have inventory to build more. Or I can buy right now in Avellanas like a 3-bedroom, a property with 3 rentals.
Yep.
That would be ideal also because again the demand is very high right now, and there's actually an option of a 1,000 square meter lot, which is a quarter of an acre with 2 houses on it. So I have my eye on this property and I will buy that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, for anyone that's listening that wants to get speak to Alejandro, I'll put his contact details. But that last one that you mentioned there with the rentals on, sounds very, very interesting. So, well, Alejandro, I really appreciate your time this morning. It's been great getting you on and, kind of getting some information about the area out there. As I said, I'm very excited about the area. If I had $500,000, it would certainly be an area that I'd be looking to invest into. But I'll put all your contact details in the description. And Alejandro, it's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you, Richard. And thanks for having me in the podcast. And pura vida to everyone listening.
Awesome. Have a great day, Alejandro.
You too, Richard.
Bye. Guys, another great episode there with Alejandro Amador there from Remax. Again, he knows the Playa Avellanas area, very, very well. If you've not been to that area, you should go and see it. It's just a very unique place in Costa Rica. Great surf, beautiful beaches. And again, the mangroves there are very protected. So the area, you won't be seeing towers and those kind of things there. Remember, if you have any questions for me or anything you'd like me to help with or give my input on, I'm developing a few properties around Costa Rica at the moment, as well as starting a real estate fund here in Costa Rica. I spend my whole time traveling. Also one of the owners of Costa Rica's largest luxury travel company. But if anybody wants to get in contact with me, you can at info@investingcostarica.com. That's info@investingcostarica.com. Again, my name is Richard Bexon. And I look forward to providing you with many more podcasts, guys. Appreciate your time and have a great day. Pura vida.